everyone, and welcome back to Puzzles by Lisa I'm Lisa, the puzzler behind the Puzzle by Lisa on Instagram and in YouTube and everywhere else. And today we're going to dive into some exciting puzzles that have made their way into the semifinals and finals of the World Jigsaw Puzzle Competition Championship. And I'm going to share my thoughts about each one of the 8 puzzles we're going to see today, and the level of difficulty and a little bit of strategy that at least helped me to tackle the puzzles. I'm sorry that it took much longer to get to it, but since I was sick and I just got the puzzles at the end of November, I just couldn't get to that earlier. I did finish most of the puzzles in November and just one actually in December. So let's start. Now before I'm going to remind you, please subscribe and like and do everything you do for puzzles, and thank you so much for being part of my community. And let's just start. So we're going to start with the semifinals puzzles that are kind of beautiful puzzles. So we're going to start with 2 puzzles that were single semifinals, and I'm going to also mention in each case how much time the people that won took to do it. It's probably quite different than what it took me or maybe you to do it, but I think it's kind of interesting that some people can actually do that. So we have some 500-piece jams in this section, so let's look at it. So the first puzzle we're going to look at is one of my really top 2 favorites. Both of them are created by Pink Light Studios, and they're very vibrant in their illustration. This is the first one. It's called Underwater Adventure. It's a stunning puzzle and has marine life in it. It has very beautiful pops of color, and basically it's very easy to do the orange octopus here, or basically like this plants over there, or the turtle over here. So the whole puzzle is kind of like really fluent and really fun to do. I'm not sure if this one is more favorite of mine than the other one. Probably is, so maybe this is going to be actually the top pick, but you'll see kind of the difference between these 2 from Pink Light Studios and the other ones. Pink Light Studios are really super cool. This puzzle was created by Laura Conning-Dick. She's from Pink Light Studio. And the person that did it the fastest in 33 minutes and 57 seconds is Katharina Reiner. And immediately after her, in less than a minute away, is 34 minutes 41 seconds is Christine Tuve, which is going to actually show up soon again with us. So the next puzzle in the semifinals we're going to look at is Flower Jungle. And this puzzle is also by Pink Light Studios. It's created by Darlene Seal, and this is a tropical scene, really cute flowers in different colors. And as you can imagine, again, you can very easily take the blue out, you can pretty easily take the pink out, even though there are some different pinks, and you can really put together the puzzle pretty quickly. So I'm just going to mention that this puzzle was done by Mercedes in 34 minutes and 1 second. And then after her, very quickly, there was Marketa from the Czech Republic in 34 and 42 seconds. And the last person on this, which is still amazing, is Alejandro in 34 and 57. And really, if you see, all of them are in the same minute. So it was very close. Now, both of those puzzles are incredibly fun to work because of the colors that are distinct. They're easy to sort. If you're looking for puzzles that bring pure joy to you and are going to be a satisfying challenge, or not a very big challenge, these 2 are my top picks. And I would say they're more unique than any of the other puzzles that we're probably going to see later. So overall, I would say if you only want to get a handful, these probably are the best ones. We're moving into the semifinals of the pairs. We're going to see actually these two puzzles right now, and going to actually talk about how did that go and how fast people did that. The first one was Bavarian Romance. This one is a puzzle that stands out because it's quite unique and charming. I did it with my daughter, and this picturesque village scene made it super delightful to do together. Alejandro and Gisela did it in 21 minutes and 59 seconds. I don't actually know how that's possible. I think that's crazy. Again, there is some stuff here really easy to do, like to basically do this greenhouse is very easy. I love the skies overall. The pink here is really nice. It doesn't say who's the artist, it says MGL. MGL, unfortunately, I'm not very good in saying who's doing that. It does look more like Dominic Davison, or it could be David McLean. There are some artists there that are quite similar to each other, so it's sometimes hard to say. But overall, this puzzle is, again, one that I would recommend. So if you're into a third puzzle that's 500 pieces, I would recommend this one. And then we have this puzzle, which was the second one on the pair semifinal. It's a World Travel Pinboard. It's by Lilia from Artbeat. I think maybe it is the same Lilia that did some of the abandoned ones. I don't know for sure because there didn't actually ever say Artbeat. This is visually interesting, and it's more challenging than it looks because some of the colors are quite repetitive overall. So you can see that. It is actually a lot less unique than the other puzzles we've seen so far, because there is quite again a lot of puzzles with that type of thing. So I have to say that it's not standing out in the same way the other ones are. I do like travel themed puzzles, and I can probably do a video to show which ones I like the most. This one, just to say that the Australian team did this puzzle in 23 minutes and 9 seconds, which again, it's crazy to do that. I don't know Melissa and Hannah personally, but I have to say that again, this is quite a great outcome for this one. And if I had to choose between these two, of course I would choose the Bavarian Village because it's more memorable and it's more enjoyable in my opinion. And the last 500 we need to actually cover is this one that is the finals one, and the name of it is Tiger Family in the Oasis. It's by Patrik Krasny, and all of those have been exposed for the first time in the competition, in the World Jigsaw competition. And basically, this tiger puzzle is my least favorite, unfortunately. It feels very, very repetitive because there is countless tiger puzzles out there, and they are all looking quite the same, except like slight variations in the design. They might have been created by different artists, but again, I feel like I've seen this puzzle already so many times. I do have to give the credit to Christine too, the champion. She did it in a super impressive time of 37 minutes and 58 seconds. It's a really hard competition, especially this year. So many people were so good. It's actually like probably leaving most people quite speechless with how quickly people can get. And I didn't know how it's going to be. And Alejandro was the champion of everything before. And Alejandro is outstanding. And these people actually stepped up and probably like figured out better techniques to actually do it even faster. Of course, here I started with some of the yellow here, some of the water over here. The tigers, they're not actually super difficult overall because there are quite unique places that you can actually put them, but I don't think I could ever actually do that in 37 minutes. But overall, again, it's a very nice looking puzzle. It's just depending on like how many tiger puzzles you've done in the past. By the way, if you want to see all the puzzles which we're looking at right now here, I have actually two ways to find it, either by this series, it's called World Jigsaw Puzzle Cup Championship, or if you want to go to World 2024 in the tags, you can actually see all the puzzles, including the puzzles from the preliminary rounds. So that's helpful to kind of like figure out all the puzzles that have been there. And of course, I've done all of those. I've done most of the ones from the preliminary rounds, except I think 4 puzzles from the teams I haven't done from the preliminary rounds. With that, we're going to move to the 1,000 piece puzzles. So we have 3 puzzles to cover. 1 is for the finals of pairs, and 2 are from the finals for teams. And let's actually do that. So we're going to start with my favorite 1,000. It's basically this one. It's called Via Delete. And this puzzle is my absolute favorite from the 1,000 piece category. It's colorful, it's whimsical, it's a playful illustration style, and it's kind of like, you see that even in the previous round, I liked more the flower jungle and the underwater whimsical one. And basically that's the same thing here. I think because it's super unique and again, super fun to just put together a puzzle like that. So if you consider to add a 1,000 piece puzzle to your collection, this one is the must have that I think should be here. It was created by an artist called Marie Boissy, and I don't actually know who that is. I do want to say the winners of this beautiful puzzle were from the Czech Republic, Teresa and Marketa, who is very strong. They did this puzzle together in 47 minutes and 41 seconds. And quickly after them, the next couple finished in 48 minutes and 6 seconds and then 49:09. So again, pretty amazing. There's lots of what to work here. I like kind of like yellow, and I like also like light colors. So that yellow, that white, that kind of like very light pink are very good places to start. Of course, I took out also the yellows over here because I really sort by color before I actually start doing the puzzle more than anything else. So overall, there's lots of what to work here. And this picture is super, super, super delightful. Again, would be one of the top picks that I recommend to get from this one. And last 2 puzzles we're going to look at are those 2. They were both in the team final. So the way that the finals is working is that a team is getting 2 puzzles back to back, and they can choose most of the time which one to do first, which one to do second. They can't change it. And then basically, let me tell you my preferences here. So this one is called Magical Rainforest. It's a jungle puzzle, of course. It's quite vibrant. It's quite unique puzzle. It is quite enjoyable as well. I wasn't as excited about it as some of the others here, but it is actually quite nice. I think maybe too much green and not enough of the other colors, in my opinion, or the pictures just not as fun as some of the other ones. It is, again, something that's pretty hard to, it's pretty easy to start with because you can, I'm holding it, of course, upside down. So you can start either with the sloth, or you can start with the red ones, or the monkey, or this yellow, even though it's not all connecting, really. So overall, like, there is what to work with, and then there is a bunch of green afterwards. So overall, it's a fun puzzle. It's not super difficult, and it's something that I definitely think is nice. But it's not one of my top choices for this one. And I'll finish by Canal Cruise in Venice. And this puzzle is also saying just MGL. It doesn't say the name of the artist, which is very sad. I mean, again, I can probably guess that it is David McLean or Dominic Davison, or one of those that have very similar style. There is what to work with here, because of course you have the green water, or you have this floor, or you have this white and yellow, or the purple sky. I always like the sky, so I always start with the purple sky and with the green water. I love water as well. So I think the puzzle offers a different level of challenge than the other ones, because it is actually like more difficult, because it's also darker. And there is also, again, less unique kind of scene here, because there's lots and lots of Venice puzzles. And some of them, in my opinion, are slightly more fun than this one. So even though it's visually quite stunning, I wouldn't have it in my top pick or my top recommendation for you guys, because I think I have better favorites here. But if you want to do a more tricky puzzle and you want to kind of check yourself in front of what would be happening in Worlds, then this one is a good one to get as well. So I think we covered everything that is part of the World Championship, and I think you know my favorites now. I highly recommend to look at them. I would put the completed puzzle at the end. And thank you for watching, and please subscribe. Let me know what other puzzles you want to see, and I'll be more than happy to make them for you. Thank you for joining me today, and happy puzzling, everybody. Bye-bye.